Have you ever felt like there are certain things you can't share with your friends, no matter how close you are? Sometimes, it can be hard to confide in the people we know best, whether it's because we fear judgment or don't want to burden them. But sharing these things with a stranger can be surprisingly liberating. In this conversation, we'll explore 10 topics you might not feel comfortable discussing with your friends but could open up to a stranger about. Here are 10 things you can share with a stranger but not friends. 1. Your deepest fears and anxieties. Sometimes, we don't want to burden our friends with our worries or fears, especially if they won't understand. However, sharing these thoughts with a stranger can often be liberating and provide a new perspective. For example, you may fear public speaking, but your friends are all confident speakers. Talking to a stranger who shares your fear may help you feel less alone. 2. Your secret passions or hobbies. If you have a passion or hobby that your friends don't understand or don't share, it can be challenging to open up about it. However, talking to a stranger with the same interest can lead to a deeper connection and understanding. For example, you may love collecting stamps, but your friends think it's weird. Talking to a fellow stamp collector can provide a sense of validation and belonging. 3. Your unfulfilled dreams and aspirations. Sometimes, we keep our dreams to ourselves because we fear judgment or failure. However, discussing them with strangers who don't know us can feel less intimidating. For example, you may have dreamed of quitting your job and traveling the world, but you don't think your friends would support you. Talking to a stranger who has made similar choices can provide encouragement and inspiration. 4. Your past mistakes and regrets. We all have things in our past that we're not proud of, but it can be hard to talk about them with people we know. However, talking to a stranger who won't judge us can help us process our feelings and move forward. For example, you may have cheated on a significant other and feel guilty about it, but you don't want to hurt your friends' opinions of you. Talking to a therapist or a support group can help you understand your actions and make amends. 5. Your thoughts and feelings about your relationships. It can be hard to talk to friends about our romantic relationships or family dynamics, especially if we feel embarrassed or vulnerable. However, talking to a stranger who doesn't know the people involved can provide a fresh perspective and help us gain clarity. For example, you may struggle with your marriage, but you don't want to confide in your close friends because you don't want to burden them. Talking to a marriage counselor or therapist can help you work through your issues and improve your relationship. 6. Your financial struggles. Money can be taboo, and many people feel ashamed or embarrassed to talk about their financial difficulties with friends. However, discussing your situation with a financial advisor or counselor can help you create a plan to improve your finances. For example, you may have significant debt that you're struggling to pay off, but you don't want to burden your friends with your financial problems. 7. Your mental health concerns. Mental health issues can be stigmatized, and some people are afraid to talk about them with their friends for fear of being judged. However, speaking with a therapist or mental health professional can provide the support and guidance you need to manage your mental health. For example, you may be experiencing symptoms of depression or anxiety, but you don't want to worry your friends by talking about it. 8. Your struggles with addiction. Addiction can be a challenging topic to discuss with friends or family, as it can be emotionally charged and evoke feelings of shame and guilt. However, contacting a support group or addiction counselor can provide you with the tools and resources to overcome addiction. For example, you may be struggling with a substance use disorder but don't want to burden your friends with your addiction. 9. Your experiences with trauma. Trauma can be difficult to discuss with friends, as it can trigger and evoke strong emotions. However, talking to a therapist or support group can provide a safe space to process and heal from traumatic experiences. For example, you may have experienced sexual assault or abuse but don't want to share it with your friends because you fear their reactions. 10. Your spiritual or philosophical beliefs. Some people may hesitate to share their spiritual or intellectual beliefs with friends, as it can be a sensitive and personal topic. However, discussing these beliefs with a spiritual advisor or mentor can provide insight and guidance. For example, you may have recently had a spiritual awakening but don't want to share it with your friends because they have different beliefs. While it can be challenging to talk about sensitive topics with the people we know best, sharing them with a stranger can be a valuable source of support and understanding. From mental health concerns to financial struggles, trauma addiction, and beyond, there are many issues we may hesitate to bring up with our friends. By opening up to a stranger, we can gain a fresh perspective, find new resources, and feel heard in a non-judgmental space. Remember, sometimes, the most unexpected connections can be the ones that make the most significant difference.